Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is 5 Stars, and today we're testing pizza from Żabka. This pizza has actually been around for a while now, honestly about 6 months or so. You've been able to buy it at Żabka for quite some time. Today we're filming part 1, and tomorrow there will be part 2, because I need to test 4 different pizza flavors. And yeah, there's no way I can eat 4 pizzas in one sitting. So let's get into it. Today we're trying the barbecue chicken pizza and the pepperoni. Tomorrow I'll be testing the capricciosa and the margherita. I'm actually recording this intro on the second day. To be fair, I wasn't planning to test capricciosa and margherita at all. But after talking with a few people I know, they all told me the same thing. You have to try those two with garlic sauce. Yesterday, I already tried the pepperoni and the barbecue chicken, so in this video, that's exactly what you're gonna see. In the meantime, I've already bought the capricciosa and the margherita, and I'm about to start testing them now. You'll see that part a few days later. Enjoy the video. Hey again, everyone. This is 5 Stars, and today we've got a quick, easy video. We're testing pizza from Żabka. If you live in Poland, you already know what kind of store Żabka is. If you don't, I'll keep it short. It's a very popular convenience store. I didn't film inside the shop because it was packed with people, and honestly, I didn't feel like blurring everyone's faces in editing. There's really no point. If you've been watching my Poland content, you already know exactly what Żabka is.
And for those watching on the English channel, this part is for you. Just type into Google, Poland Żabka. That's exactly how it's spelled. That's the name of the store, Żabka. Take a look and you'll see what kind of place it is. Żabka stores are small neighborhood convenience shops, usually right next to your home. If you forgot to buy something at the supermarket, you can just walk over and grab it there. That's how these stores originally started, quick local spots for everyday needs. But now, honestly, they've become something more. Żabka has basically turned into a mini fast food spot near your house. You can get burgers, pizza, casseroles, sandwiches, all kinds of snacks. Pretty much everything you might want for a quick bite. If you're curious about the full selection, especially if you're watching this on the English channel, you can just Google it. Their website shows the entire menu and everything they sell. But today, like I said before, this is going to be a quick video. We're only testing 2 pizzas from this store. If you hear some random background noise, don't worry about it. I'm sitting in my car again. The engine turns on from time to time because it's -4 degrees outside today. So yeah, some noise is totally normal.
Pizza z Żabki? Zobaczmy.
All right, let's go. Here's the first pizza. I'll turn on the light so you can see it better. Yeah, now it's clear. That's how it looks. You can see the green box, that's the brand color. Żabka uses green because, well, Żabka means a frog, and a frog is green. Makes sense. This one is the pepperoni pizza. I can see it's a bit overbaked, maybe slightly burnt in spots, but honestly, I don't mind that at all. I actually like pizza when it's cooked a bit more and has crispy edges. At first glance, it looks pretty decent. The dough is soft, you can feel it under your fingers. I'm not sure if the camera shows it well, but it's elastic and kind of springs back. It's a thin dough, I'd say, more like a soft bun. There's only one option with thick dough. This kind of dough feels more American style than Italian. And overall, yeah, I'm a pizza guy.
I like pizza on both thin crust and thick crust. This is obviously not pizza from a real pizzeria. It's more like a frozen, mass-produced pizza, the kind you can buy at pretty much any supermarket. That said, honestly, it looks pretty decent. The clerk slightly overcooked it, left it in a bit too long. But to be fair, there were a lot of people, and she was helping other customers while the pizza was baking and I was waiting. As for the sauce, this is not a Kraft sauce at all. It's a factory-made sauce. I went with the cheese sauce. I've actually never tried these sauces from Żabka before. Sometimes I grab hot dogs there. Yeah, you can get hot dogs at Żabka too. But my favorite sauce overall is Thousand Islands. It's basically a mix of mayo and ketchup with bell peppers and paprika. Long story short, I really like that paprika-style sauce, kind of like a paprika mayo. It tastes okay. The cheese sauce is very cheesy, but in a more artificial way. You know, like cheese-flavored chips, not real cheese. And honestly, you can't expect too much from a factory-made sauce anyway. But let's talk about the pizza. I like to break it like this. Look how it separates. I hope you can see the tomato sauce inside. I personally like pizza with both bechamel and tomato sauce. Here, the sauce is pretty light, not dark at all. The color reminds me of cheap ketchup, to be honest. But alright, let's try it. On top, there's cheese and salami, nothing else. The pizza is around 21 to 23 centimeters in diameter. At Żabka, it costs 19.90 PLN, and the sauce is another 2 PLN. So with the sauce, it comes out to about 22 PLN. So, what can I say? The dough is soft, but the base, the bottom of the crust, feels a bit tough.
It feels kind of soft, but at the same time a bit too springy. When it comes to pizza, I personally prefer softer dough. I like it when it's fluffy and kind of melts in your mouth together with the toppings. Here, the dough is more firm and bouncy. It almost pushes back when you bite into it. But honestly, you can't expect anything crazy from chain store pizza. This is more like a grab-and-go option. You're in a rush, you're hungry, you stop by, eat something quick and move on. Let's try it with the cheese sauce now. With the cheese sauce, it actually gets a bit better. As for the cheese, it tastes like mozzarella, but to be fair, it's not the best mozzarella out there. I've had better mozzarella on pizzas before. And honestly, for about 20 PLN, you shouldn't expect anything amazing. Now about the pepperoni. The pepperoni slices are pretty small, just little circles. Let me pull one off so you can see it better. Here, compared to a regular finger, you can tell they're quite small. Flavor-wise, it's slightly tangy and very lightly spicy. The heat is really subtle. To actually taste the pepperoni flavor, you almost have to eat the slice on its own. Overall, it's fine, nothing terrible, totally edible, but I've definitely had better pepperoni before.
I actually took the sauce separately on purpose so I could finish the crusts later. I really like dipping just the crust into sauce, and honestly, that part is pretty good. Overall, this is more of a quick option, something fast. Oh, and about the sauce inside the pizza, I almost forgot to mention it. Like I said before, it tastes like basic tomato paste. Slightly sour, very tomato forward, and that's it. No basil, no extra flavors. Just a simple, standard chain-style pepperoni. Nothing special going on there. Alright, let's move on. The next pizza is chicken with tomatoes. Chicken and tomatoes. This is how it looks. Let's weigh it. I've got a scale here, so why not? If it doesn't fit, I'll split it. Just curious. Yeah, better to cut it in half. That makes more sense. One half is about 230 grams, but that's the smaller half. So in total, the chicken pizza weighs around 470 grams. Now let's weigh the pepperoni. I've got a feeling it's lighter. And yep, the pepperoni is noticeably lighter. One half is about 190 to 200 grams. That's around a 40-gram difference. And the price is the same. So if you're looking to actually feel full, the chicken pizza is the better choice. I already opened one of the sauces. I grabbed two, obviously. Let's dig in. I'm taking a solid slice here. There's not much to say about the dough, but the chicken itself comes in small chunks, almost like kebab-style meat. Oh, interesting, smoky flavor. That's the BBQ sauce. Yeah, this is BBQ chicken, you can clearly see it. And honestly, it's pretty good. The chicken has a very mild spice, barely spicy at all. These aren't tomatoes, by the way, that's yellow bell pepper, and it works pretty well. The pizza also looks juicier overall. Let's take a bite. And yeah, that BBQ sauce really does its job here, for real. It's actually a solid BBQ sauce, and I'm usually not a big BBQ sauce fan. Grilled meat, steaks, skewers, I love that stuff. But BBQ sauce itself, especially that bottled BBQ flavor, is something I don't totally connect with. It feels very American to me. I'm more of a Central Europe kind of guy, so those classic American BBQ flavors usually hit me kind of mid. But here, it's genuinely tasty. And most importantly, it's juicy.
Seriously juicy. They didn't hold back on the barbecue sauce at all. There's quite a lot of it, and honestly, it really does its job here. Like, it really carries the pizza. Compared to the pepperoni, this barbecue chicken pizza is clearly better. I'd rate this one higher. It's actually getting closer to a regular pizzeria level. Just one sauce and a bit of paprika completely changed the game here. It's kind of crazy how much that makes. The chicken has a light kick, just slightly spicy, nothing aggressive. We're eating it all the way to the edges, and overall, it goes down pretty well. Now, the dough, this is where the issue is. If anyone involved in making this pizza for Żabka, and I get it, this is factory produced, please make the dough just a bit softer. Right now, it's too rubbery, like really rubbery. If you soften it just a little, you'll already be very close to the level of an average pizzeria. But as it is right now, the dough kind of holds it back. It has that rubbery texture. And since the pizza has cooled down a bit while we were talking, that rubbery feel becomes even more noticeable.
And now you can really feel that rubbery dough. Overall, yeah, you can eat it. But this is definitely not pizzeria level pizza, like Pizza Hut. Personally, I love Pizza Hut. For me, it's the top chain pizza in Poland. And if we compare, this pizza is somewhere close to their lighter options. But the dough here is the main issue. I honestly don't even know how else to describe it. It's just rubbery. Once it cools down, it stiffens up and starts chewing like gum. Even the sauce can't save the crust. The edges are straight up rubbery. Look at this. It's nicely baked, golden brown. You'd expect some crunch, but the crunch is very weak. The crust should crack more, and here it just doesn't. So what can I say? For 22 PLN, you're getting around 500 grams of pizza. The chicken version is about 450 grams, the pepperoni around 400 grams. That's with the sauce. Without the sauce, it's closer to 20 PLN. If you've got your own tea in a thermos, coffee, or even just water, for 20 PLN, you can definitely eat something better. That said, the chicken pizza is okay. If I had to rate them fairly, the pepperoni is a solid 3 out of 5. The barbecue chicken gets a 4. If you average it out, this type of pizza from a neighborhood convenience store like Żabka lands at about 3.5 out of 5. It doesn't really go higher than that. Pizza Hut, for me, is honestly a 10 out of 5. Among chain pizzas in Poland, I don't see any real competition. Craft pizzerias run by Italians are a different story, of course. When someone has been making pizza in Italy their whole life and then opens a place in Poland, that's a completely different level. But that's a whole other conversation.
Moved to Poland and opened his own restaurant here. Pizza Hut just can't really compete with that kind of place. But again, Pizza Hut is still a chain. This chicken pizza actually gets pretty close to Pizza Hut level. The pepperoni, though, is far behind. That one feels like cheap supermarket pizza, the kind you pull straight out of the freezer at places like Biedronka. The chicken version is definitely better. Alright, I won't drag this out any longer. The pizza from Żabka gets a solid 3.5 stars from me. Is it worth eating? Yeah, if you're in a rush, grab it in a box, stand at a bus stop, and just need something quick to eat. But if you're thinking about going specifically to Żabka for pizza, probably not. Where I am right now, there's a Pizza Hut nearby. And for about 25 to 30 PLN at Pizza Hut, you can get a really good pizza with proper quality sauces. Not these chemical, powdery, factory-style sauces. When it comes to pizza, Pizza Hut clearly beats Żabka. If they ever change that rubbery dough and make it softer, then maybe they could reach a solid 4 out of 5. But for now, for me, 3.5. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and make sure to comment which city you're from, what your favorite restaurants are, where you like to eat, and roughly how much you usually spend. I'll put together a list of cities across Poland and the places you recommend. Then, in the summer, we'll do a full food tour around Poland and try all those spots. Maybe we'll even meet up somewhere, talk in person, do some short interviews. You can tell me about your tastes and why you recommend certain places. Thanks again for watching. That was my review of pizza from Żabka, a solid middle-of-the-road option. Bye. And as always, that's not quite the end. As I keep eating the pizza, I'm realizing something. The cheese sauce just doesn't work. I actually regret not getting the Thousand Island sauce instead. At first, it didn't seem that bad, but the more I dipped the pizza, the more the acidity came through. It's extremely sour. I load up the sauce, take a bite, and that sourness completely kills all the other flavors, even the barbecue sauce, which is usually strong and bold. So I wouldn't recommend it. The cheese sauce didn't work for me at all. But wait, when it comes to the pepperoni, it's different. The sauce isn't amazing, but it kind of works here. With pepperoni, it goes better. That's because the base sauce on that pizza is sweeter, not as acidic. So for the chicken pizza, I don't recommend getting any extra sauce at all. The barbecue sauce on it is already acidic enough, and there's plenty of it.
And that alone is already enough to make the pizza juicy. Soft, juicy, moist, however you want to call it. That doesn't apply to the pepperoni though. With pepperoni, you really need to dip it into some sauce. That's when it tastes better. For pepperoni, I recommend the cheese sauce. For the BBQ chicken, I don't recommend any extra sauce. There's already enough on it. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. That's it. Goodbye. Wait, not quite yet. One important thing I want to say. Don't buy 2 pizzas for yourself. 1 pizza is more than enough, especially the chicken one. Look at these crusts. I usually love crusts, I always eat them, but here the dough is so filling, so dense and heavy that even the crusts stop being appealing. I ate 1.5 pizzas, mostly the centers, and that was it. And keep in mind, I was actually really hungry. I hadn't eaten all morning and it was already 2 p.m. Because of this heavy, compact dough, you get full extremely fast, like surprisingly fast. By the time I finished the first pizza, I was already full, and the second one I was basically forcing myself to eat, and that's not a good idea. 1 pizza from Żabka is more than enough if you've never tried it before. Don't get 2. I hate wasting food, so I'm finishing it, but you really shouldn't do that. 1 chicken pizza if you like BBQ, or 1 pepperoni if you don't, that's enough to make you feel stuffed. If you go with pepperoni, grab the cheese sauce to help finish the crusts. For crust lovers, it really helps so it doesn't feel dry. And now it's really the end. Thanks again. Take care. Don't get 2 pizzas. That dough is seriously very filling.